Hello, hello. Hi, how's it going? What's up? I guess I could just turn it down in my ear, huh? Okay, we're back. I said, why not? Why not? Hello, hello. Let me make sure everything's up. YouTube's up. Twitch is up. We are up. So we are back today. Gonna do some Roottrees. And hear me out. Let me clean my glasses first because, yeah. I got a strategy for today. I want to take the time to essentially kind of get organized, get our bearings, and lay our assumptions out on the line, essentially. So, it's kind of in a way what we're going to do. So, let's just figure out what we're doing. So, last time we played, we saw kind of like the kind of like tutorial. We saw like the first three girls in the game. We have yet to solve our other individuals. So, you know what? Let me get one more. Let me get the pop-out chat for YouTube real quick. Please. Again, music always is fire. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so last time, here's what we have so far. Before we even go over what I want to change and what I want to do, this is what we have. You know, we got the two up here, which I assume I have these right. There's no other way I would have this wrong. I don't think. I could have the occupations wrong, perhaps. But that's what I assumed, right? These two. So we're basically on this list of important people, and we're trying to identify the important people here. And so here are the people we have. I feel like this one is right. We know Carl is the dad of these three girls, but we might have the job wrong, as if, like, you know, maybe the father, you know, I don't know, you know, but I thought the father was the CEO before, you know, until he was deceased. And then this is where I thought Lauren went. This is where I thought Gwen went. I think I put Lauren here because she had mentioned that her son Clark had got remarried a few times, or got remarried in general. So that, to me, I think Lauren belongs. At first I had Lauren here, but I think Lauren either belongs realistically right here or right here, and maybe perhaps right here, unless they don't have anything about her son's spouses. But that's what made me think that she belonged there. Roottrees, Clancy, that got me thinking that she said that Clancy was a sibling. And the other thing that she mentioned that would put her out of here would be the fact that, she mentioned that there's a Clancy Jr. somewhere. She mentioned that juniors are normally the first born. So if the younger siblings, or the older siblings are from left to right, that means that she probably is in the wrong place. But where would she be if he is her brother? Unless he's different to her. But this is essentially kind of like the thought process I had going into it. Now I kind of want to take a look at my notes and essentially, like, can we just delete everything? Now I know, right, it's gonna seem bad, but I think if we take the time to delete the stuff that we probably don't need, and like this, for example, this might be important to copy. I guess theoretically we could copy it from the main thing, but let's see. Man, this music is it's really cool. He says, is that what it said? Shoot. I don't know. Shoot. That's why I gotta go back and look at the evidence. But, right now, yes. I'm thinking, I want to go back and look at Lauren's diary. I think Lauren's diary had a lot more clues in it than I thought. There's the first diary, right? There's the notes of her diary. And then there's the actual revisiting the diary, which involves a lot more subtext to what's going on. So I almost wish we can like pin stuff to different sides of the page. That would be kind of cool if we could look at both at the same time. But I'm going to take a peek and see what we can see on here. So let's see. We already know this. These are notes. And she's already on the notable list. I wonder if the years like make sense. I do have a pen and a piece of paper, you know. Look, you know, I got notes if I need to take notes. But we got no system in game, so we're gonna see how it works. Okay, so her husband Jacob died in the final months of World War II while she was pregnant. So obviously that leaves her a widow. So granted that information, right? I still, in fact, believe, I don't think she's maybe here, but I still do think that her spouse is listed, if that makes sense. Unless, but this is another place I had her, but what also would not make sense is, I don't know, to be honest. I gotta read more. I gotta read more for context. All I know is I think her son was sleeping around or something. He was with somebody and then he was with somebody else in like the notes. But we know she never remarried. So that wouldn't be the split up part, right? Unless I'm taking it too literal, but no, she's just a widow, right? So we know that Gwyneth is, so this is essentially Lauren. Let's see. Highlight. Can I move this? No. Can I edit? I guess not. You know what I could do? Hilarious. Alright, save that one, delete this one. Alright, we gonna put Lauren stuff right here. And I guess we could make it longer, I guess, but, you know, just so it don't delete, we'll do that. Her mother's family was called the Cassos. That could be important. Alright. Let's see. Her dad is Pop. And he's the head lawyer. And then we got something about Clan's Trust. We did read something about that. I think the Clan's Trust is some like agreement that they had there. It's clear from the context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the 5 different generations, or for the different generations of their families. So we do know this. I don't think we saved this exactly, but the 5 pieces are the first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. The next generation are Lauren's generation, and Free Spirits are the generation after Lauren's. Can we copy this whole thing? I like that. Perfect. But yeah, I think this is important to know too. I think this is also something that is important because another thing, right? Lauren, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is this Lauren right here? Yes, this is Lauren's picture. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. So we know this is Pop, right? And we know, I think we can guarantee if her sibling is Clancy Jr., then her Pop is Clancy, right? So we are using that piece of information to hopefully get something else. But let's see. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle said was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. Okay, so this is important. Angie, Miracle, and Lauren are essentially same generation. So this is gonna be very interesting to know. And I don't think this necessarily indicates that they were siblings, but this also could mean that they're cousins. In general, we know that they're roughly family. That's what I'm thinking. So, we were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose, to stop the tantrum, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden. I found out years later they never even took a second photo. The other part I was thinking is that she kind of, in a way, she could look like Gwen in a way, but also she did not mention Gwen. So Miracle, I assume this is Miracle Junior. No, we are all around the same age. So maybe these are, because okay, what's confusing me right now is that it's saying as supposed to stop the tantrums, they post us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden. Us. That implies that Lauren herself, who the person who wrote the diary, is in this photo. So are we certain that this is Lauren? And then Miracle, would this be Miracle? That's what I'm thinking. But Miracle also, when they say that they're all the same age, that is not true if this were to be Miracle. They said that this is Pops. This is supposedly Mr. Mortem. So that leaves two more people. Unless I'm being misled about this guy's age this whole time. Delish. This little thing right here, Mr. Bunny. Okay. Interesting. I do think something here is important. If we could identify who everybody is. They said that's Pop on the left. So maybe we can cross-reference the second picture to see. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Okay, so we have a lot of people in this photo. Can I get a bigger look at it? Okay, Oh, first glance, this kind of looks like Lauren right here. Because it appeared that she had darker hair, like brown hair maybe. But it is like a black and white kind of photo, of her on her book. Okay, an attempt to recapture the spirit of 5 Pieces photo with our generation. Our generation. So, is Lauren the next generation? No. Wait, fudge. Let's see. The next, no, we were right. So Free Spirits are the generation after Lauren's. So we know for a fact that, okay, so we already had this information. Lauren is the next generation. So Lauren, in fact, does belong on this line. Because the first 5, or, the 5 are these 5 up here. Those are the first 5 kids, right? We can pretty much guarantee that as a fact. Okay. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. But I was outvoted by my brothers. So this is not Eli right here. So Eli is right here. If they said that she wanted Eli to be in the corner because he looked like Pop, who else looks like Pop but Eli, right? So I want to change this, but I just don't know where Eli would go. We do know what Eli's face looks like, but let's keep reading for a little bit more context. Oh, no, wrong one. Go back. We were looking at this one. So, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us all stand together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. So Gwen is not in this picture, which makes sense because nobody in this picture looks like Gwen. Gwen is a blonde. Or at least we think, right? We don't know anything. But yes. Uh, so all four of them are mushed in the middle. So we could only assume, right, that these four right here are the next generation. Not only do they mostly look the same age, this group of people. I mean, this guy's a little short, but I mean, whatever. He's kind of sort of with them. And they say they let everybody filter in front of and behind them. Meaning that these people in the back, this guy, clearly, this person is not in the same generation. It's probably the generation after them. And in front of, they could be these two people. So we can assume that these are roughly the four kids. Right. So we know that this guy's name is Eli. Where would Eli go on the list? Where would Eli even go? Because so main guy's name is Elias. So Eli is likely Elias's son. So this is Elias Jr. And we know Lauren's a part of this generation. We don't know what side Eli will go on. But we do know Elias should be one of these kids. Ooh. Now, is it Elias M, Elias C? We don't know. Unless he named both his kids Elias. I don't know. But, okay. We did get some valuable information. We know that these four people are the next generation. So once we identify the next generation, we will basically be able to identify these people. But we already know this woman right here is Lauren, and this is Elias Jr., I think. Or maybe not. But, let's see. Oh yeah, Gwen's not there, but that makes sense though. Grandma insisted that we included Sam even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why including Sam. I also didn't think it was fair that Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. So I could only assume that this is Miracle. This guy kind of looks like a little older than the rest. I mean, this guy also could be, but he also, I don't know. I mean, it could be either of these people. Okay. This is very important at some point, right? Okay, so we looked at that. Now, I kind of want to go back to where I was. Now we looked at the pictures. We kind of can identify most of the people. We still got to look up, like, her original name. Like, I don't think we came up with anything, but definitely curious. And then she tried out complaints from Lauren's Roottrees diary, written in 1953. This is focused specifically on Gwen. It seems that everyone has something to complain about. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is when she was talking about Gwen. But I think this also potentially threw me off when she was talking about acting and whatnot. So Gwen is an only child. So that is also something about Gwen. We know Gwen is an only child. So Gwen can't be here. Gwen can't be here. I mean, can be here. Gwen can also be here. But Gwen could either be here or here. Which, to be honest, I am slightly unsure. But also, truthfully, I kind of don't know what this little rope thing means. But one thing at a time, okay? One thing at a time. During the summer where I went to stay with Aunt Margot, she would be the sister that I never had, and I did the same for her. She tried to dye her hair blonde to fit in with the two of them. I don't know. I'm like, would that make that her? It doesn't exactly look like her. No, that doesn't exactly look like her at all. Okay then. But we know for a fact that they're cousins, so she's not in the same group, and she's also an only child, so we know that she's not grouped in with her on the family tree. And we know that she only has one child, or we can only assume that Lauren has one child, being Clark. Yeah, and she's talking about being a single mother. And then that's when we learned about the Scarlet. We'll look back into that at some point too. Okay. So I think this also, like, this basically just says we have more stuff to find on here. So, yeah. This means, I'm assuming, how many clues or how many things we could find to touch. So if I were to guess here, maybe it's the starlet, right? Maybe it's something to do with where she was related and her being an only child, which maybe are 3 things I picked up on, but I don't have exactly set in stone because I didn't get it right. This one is titled Dynasty. And this is the day her grandfather, Elias, and her grandfather is originally Elias, the original Elias that started the company. And then, let's see, Granddad was furious and his sons will take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding onto it so long. With architects and preachers and lawyers. Architects, preachers, and lawyers, I mean, that could be a clear, like, little, easy throw for, like, jobs, I guess. So the 5 pieces refusing to step it up, it came down to us next gens. Papa argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one of us who was volunteered. I wonder if she means Clancy her dad or Clancy her brother. Maybe I'm overthinking it, or like, you know, like what was it called that I used to do, Obra Dinn? Confirmation bias. I think I got something right in my head, and so like I'm ignoring all the other like theories and suggestions and things it could be. But we know Zach. I just don't know. Okay, we got this name Zach. You know, Zach got the company, right? Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he was the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Okay, so that is something that is telling us. So, Zach. And maybe Zachariah or Zachariah is Zach's son or daughter. First of the firstborn son. Okay, I think that's right. Firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. So that's all the way to the left, oldest and oldest. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad always had a very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Angie. That's important. Ah, so that means that Zach is here and Angie. Huh. I'm almost implied to put the. I'm almost implied to put this here because the last name, Angie. Angie could be short for a name. Like, we know they do potentially give each other nicknames. I don't know. They said Zach exactly though, but they only say ZAC. That doesn't have nothing to do with the gender. But we already know that, yeah. And I'm next oldest of us all. Next oldest of us all. So I think that was the thing that Lauren said that made me feel like she was here. But also, even if the junior thing, right? So what I wrote down is that one thing that's always been consistent in our family though is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. So I was overthinking it. Okay, we have Lauren in the right place. Now we know Clancy Jr. goes here. Now we got to figure out who Clancy Jr. is. We know Clancy Jr. is not this guy. He looks like him in this picture. This is Clancy. Now we have to figure out Clancy's occupation and who Clancy's married to. I don't think this is maybe important. I don't know. I feel like this is what we need right. Maybe. But also, when we did this, we had to get this right too. So we'll figure it out, right? But I think we're closer to understanding what is going on, if that makes sense. Okay. I think I made a discovery. I think that was something good. I think that might help reward us something cool. I don't know. Maybe. Excuse me. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it couldn't go to us. You know what? Funny enough, Elias Jr., knowing that same information that we just found out, Elias Jr. very well could be somewhere totally different. Like, Elias Jr. could be here. Because we know Elias Jr. can't be here. So, we can only assume that Elias Jr. could be here or here. So, we don't know yet who was the firstborn. But we will figure it out. We probably have read who was the firstborn with the first generation. But I think my theory, or at least I might be confirming my bias in feeling like I know what I'm talking about right now. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. That's a wildin', who looks like he samples the product. That's crazy. Am I supposed to... what do they sell candy, right? Who looks like they sample the product, right? I'm assuming... Were they being petty? What's up, Sid? How are you? Bro, were they being petty? Were they being... Shall I say the word? Fatphobic? Were they being not nice when they said that? Because they sell candy. Am I a bad person for putting this as Zach? I hope not. And then that will make him the CEO. I mean, she said it. Her mother said that. I didn't say that, right? What's up, Seth? How you doing? I'm so glad to see you here. You're watching the streams and chilling. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Having a pretty good day. Rough day to start to the day. Didn't think I had time to stream, or didn't think I would I thought I was going to be working right now, but here I am, and I'm having a good time. Let's see. Okay. So we got that. And this has 7, like literally 7 clues on here. I could only assume that we got a decent amount of them so far. We kind of got like a little grasp of understanding what was going on. All right. This entry is titled Sam. We learned that Elias Roottrees has given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth has been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Gwyneth. Does she got a secret lover or something? Who is this Sam person? And why don't they have this Sam person on here? Unless this is who Sam is. No, it could very well be, huh? Lauren writes, why Sam? I have so many distant relatives that I never met. After all, Granny had 2 sisters. Okay, this is important. Granny had 2 sisters and Granddad had a brother or 2. That's important. So her grandmother and her granddad had a brother or 2. Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or 2. Sisters. But this is Lauren, so her granny is here. So we can only just say that doesn't have anything to do with us because it's nobody that we will have to enter at least. Because Lauren's grandmother and grandpa are these folk. Huh. Maybe Sam is related to, like, I'm assuming Elias or Gwyneth's siblings, I guess. They're like great-grand, whatever. This is a huge case to crack. It really is. It really is. But I'm up for the challenge, for real. I don't know what's in my eye. Why is Sam special? Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize. So they don't know how Sam is related to the family yet. Sam is a big question mark, but I think Sam might be important to identify maybe one of these important people. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's. Is that who's Uncle Junior? Is that Miracle Junior or Elias Junior or no? Yeah, I like Uncle Junior. Maybe Elias. I don't know. At the reception, when I was asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Huh. Interesting. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on the way to work. That's important. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and confirmed all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. So Elias is Miracle's youngest. Excuse me. But we all know. So if Miracle's youngest, right? So that will put Eli here. Right? We know this is Zach, right? We can only assume by the joke that Lauren's mother said about Zach. We have an idea that Zach is Zach is firstborn son of the firstborn son of the guy who basically started the company themselves. So I think I can go ahead and say that who did we say live here? Eli. Which Eli is it though? But what that also tells us is that this is Miracle. This is Miracle Jr. And this is Miracle the Third. Boom. Now, I think I had this wrong. I think I just had that here from somebody else. But I'm onto something. I'm onto something. Trust. Keep this. We're on like the 4th page of this. Miracle's youngest, not my brother. With that, but I thought she said Clancy was her dad. But no, she just said Miracle's not her brother. So perfect. I think we're good. I don't think I need to jinx anything. I think I'm on the right track. Okay. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider is cozying into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to the blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren's Roottrees diary, Clark's getting married, and in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sakes, and Danielle isn't much older. So I think since we can almost kind of be like, oh yeah, this might be Clark, we could just assume that this is Danielle. Who's to say it's not? But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16, and we do have Jacob as her spouse, right? Yep, Jacob Rafferty. Okay. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Pop. Carl. Yes. Yes. Look at that. We got this right. We just don't have some of these occupations and stuff. So I think that this confirmed if Pop, right? Pop, Dad, Clancy, brother, they said, right? Yo, Dre, what's up? What's up, Dre? How you doing? Yo. Hold on. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Look at that. What's up? What's up? I'm doing pretty good. We're trying to solve a mystery, kind of sort of like a family tree. What I'm assuming we're solving this family tree is to find out who gets the millions of dollars in this company, if that makes sense. But yes, if you're hanging out, show some love to Dre Montana. I saw you streaming earlier. That's crazy. I hope you're having a great day, though. Right now, I'm trying to solve some things. So essentially, it's kind of like a puzzle game in which I kind of got to solve who these people are. But I don't get to find out what I have right until I get 3 right? So only when I get 3 things right. So 3 pictures, 3 names, and 3 occupations completely right in the exact right spot. That's how I know what's right and what's wrong. Ooh, about to relax before work. Well, I hope you have a great one, and I hope you get some relaxation in. Yes. So, what was I reading? Let's see. Yes. So, we already knew that, I think we already had an idea that Clancy was Carl's father, right? So, because we already knew that, and then we also read something that said Lauren was the oldest, I think that keeps us where we are. I think we're more wrong when it comes to like the occupation side of things, or what these people do. Let's see. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Okay. In other words, I feel like I know what that means, huh? Seems to have gotten over it. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his apartment once he retires. And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Okay, go back. Let's go back to here. Let's see what we might be missing here. We know that the free spirits all inspired to be like musicians, artists, dancers, right? That's not what I care about. What I care about is this. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. So that's important. Paths of knowledge. When it comes to like the occupation, paths of knowledge. So teachers, I imagine, philosophers. Would the author be like a knowledge path, I guess, right? principal, professor, secretary. Okay, so we got some stuff in here. Interesting. We won't know exactly who it is, but that definitely might help us like get one of those things right once we do have some people right. Yes. Okay, so let's go to this one. Zach, we already know that Zach's her cousins, but Zach's not a bad president. I'm assuming president of the company, but I mean, it's a president. I assume second. Oh, let's go. Yes. All right. So look, I knew it. I knew I did not want to move Lauren for the love of everything. Okay. Look at that. We didn't get our next 3. So remember I was saying we don't know what's right until we get 3 locked in. Now we know these people are absolutely right. So now I feel like, is it safe to go back and put him as not the CEO, but the first president of the company, being that he's the second, and they said that the 5 did not take over. So, right. We know her son is Clark. Wow, this is crazy. Wait. So we got Brenda right, but we don't have Carl. So is Carl the 3rd president, right? Because at the beginning, all the thing we found out, I don't think that's going to instantly make me get it right. But, you know, a girl can hope, right? But yes, let's keep going. I do think that we were doing pretty good. Did that number change? Did that number change? Is it me? Jesus, why is there something in my eye? Why? I feel like, wasn't this number 7? Wait. It's the 4? Okay, I don't know. I feel like I thought it was just that 6 when I came back. But okay. And his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. So her sister has twins. So Angelica has a set of twins, and I'm curious if they have a similar name. I wonder who her twins are. We're gonna keep looking. That is very interesting, knowing that she has a set of twins. Let's see. This is important to have. Okay. Gwen is Gwen. At least she came out of her divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits in any other family would end up on the streets, even Clark. Dang. I don't know if that's the best thing to say. Okay, so now we just read this. We will go ahead and read this, which is the revisiting of, you know, the thing, right? Is this Clark? Or is this like an old ass picture? No, because this will be 1964, and then this is written, I don't know how long after this. What is this, 10 years later? So this is the same picture. So no, I was thinking in my head, like, what if that was Clark? What if we just had an easy picture? But you know how, like, we don't get the option to put the pictures in for the spouses. So I thought, like, why would they even give me a picture of her spouse if we can't even put them in? So let's see. The new diary opens with the explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud. Samantha Roottrees. So Samantha equals Sam. Sam did not, or no, was included in the will or, assumption of some of the company's resources. You said they do, though? Oh. Some, no? This one? Yeah? Oh, wow. So he that, where he at? Is this him? Okay, so I hope that, would that also get rid of some pictures over here? Perhaps. Maybe these extra pictures are to get rid of. Once you verify this person, you'll be... Okay, so I can't add bonus photos to people I can't verify. Okay. Anyways, even though Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, they had a stipulation that she retained rights to run the farm and any decisions related to it. Very interesting, though. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents had died. Huh? So her parents are alive. Just some spouses, gotcha. Apparently Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia. Elias Jr. and Patricia. And would this low-key be... Would this be Sam? Like, you get what I'm saying? Would Sam be the last person we would go in? Because... I don't know, to be honest. Interesting. Well, we're getting there. We got 3 more to solve. And I think we're getting close. Let's see. Apparently Sam... Oh, yeah. Okay. So we got this. But we don't know exactly where Sam would go exactly because they're illegitimate. So I don't think they will necessarily... be like the other people on here, I guess. We gotta figure out what Miracle looks like. I also want to go back to that photo where I think Miracle was in one of them. Hey, walking the dogs. We'll tune in a second. Okay, say hi to the doggies. Patricia, a daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. had harbored a secret romance at 16. She became pregnant, and after her birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby, Samantha, was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as E.C. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gens have ever met or heard of Patricia until she suddenly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally became married in their 50s. That just makes me want to put them there, and then this would right here would be Sam, right? Because let's say they got married late, right? We know that we got some people, right? Huh. Okay, I think this whole thing was kind of important, so I want to highlight that. Okay, so we know Patricia is going by Patsy right now. We know she reunited with Eli Jr. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottrie in the first place. Even though she was not part of the clan's trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs. That's what led Lauren's initial entry titled Sam. So this has to be where Sam is. Almost, it seems like, right? And then would I be wrong to change this to Elias Jr.? Because, like, let's say, like, right, if Sam was never in the original family tree and this is the original family tree, then it would make sense that the one line that's kind of looking different, that don't really look like it belong in the family tree, would be Sam's top secret quote-unquote daughter. Not Sam, Elias Jr.'s secret quote-unquote daughter, revealed once they got married, or right before they got married, it seemed like. Okay, well, that is important. We're gonna come back to that. That is very important, though. Okay, this is a page with additional notes. This is a companion piece about the entry Sam, so this is more about Sam. Clearly, I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottrie. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. She had the chance to grow up with us. Had she had the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister Gwen never was. Sister figure Gwen never was. So would that imply that Sam is a little lower on the list instead? Or would Elias Jr. have been with somebody else? Oh, no. I don't know. I don't really know how to, you know, you talk and you're like, no, that won't make sense. That won't make sense. Okay. Yes. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. And her children seems eager to help the family in her own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long time since any Roottrie was excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. Grandfather. Okay, that's important. That's important for sure. Jeez. Ernie and the kids. So that implies Ernie's not on the bottom of the list. So Ernie could perhaps be a cousin, and if not older than them. Holy moly. Dang, you ever rub your eyes so hard you're just trying to get the eyesight back? No, I'm okay. What I'm not ashamed of is not figuring out myself. Or what I'm most ashamed of is not figuring out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She does have the thick glasses Patsy does, of course. I might have to rinse my eye. Like, what's going on? But I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operation would pass to Samantha Roottrie for as long as she is willing. I get flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. So Sam is potentially like the next president, I guess. That would be the next president. It's probably my allergies that's just killing me. Actually, let me take my allergy pill right now. I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. Pop warned us to stay away from that farm, for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor. and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Huh. I'm not sure if Sam ever forgave Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might have never forgiven him either. Even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. So how old is Sam? You know what I mean? Since she said she's a sister, she could have been a sister. I imagine they were close in age. So that would lead me to believe that she's on this line. Right? And honestly, I think Sam, low-key, might be here. I mean, yo, what's wrong with the kitty cats? Why are they chasing each other? Hey, please. Please be nice. Please be nice. Okay. Let's keep going. This one is about her son Clark. Reading this back, I get deja vu. As I write the addendum, Clark's getting married again. No Roottrees ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob and Gwen divorced Wild Bill before she had her second. Excuse me. Not even I could blame her for that. I've seen what she gets up to in Starlet. Her second marriage? I don't know. Her second child? What does that even mean, man? I probably make my eyes worse by rubbing it like that. Okay. We gotta figure out what this means. But neither of us ever took a second husband. So maybe she said second. Maybe that's a second child. Like maybe Gwen has more than one child, which definitely is true because she belongs here. So the yellow is correct. So okay, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some more stuff, but we got this. We got this. Okay. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in his family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped. Eli C. More than I could say for Clancy and Edward. I assume that she means like Edward is a brother figure since she compared Edward to Clancy. I guess maybe because we know Edward would be her brother as well. What's wrong with that kitty? They got food. They got water. He want attention.
He wanted grandpa's phone when he was walking around.
Oh, you okay? I can't touch you because my eyes messed up already. That's probably why my eyes messed up. Okay. Eli practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers when he could. Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid. Eli and Jim. Edward, Eli, and Jim. Eli C. So okay, so Jim, if Jim does actually go here, right, which we don't know, but I thought Jim had a spouse, which is why I originally put Jim or James here. Um, Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock. Ha! Solid as a rock. Ha! Funny. Um, I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running on the band. So, right, this is Jane. Do we have an additional picture of Jane? I don't necessarily think so. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, and I imagine that wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think marriage on such a shaky foundation like that, Lord knows I was right last time. Alright. Biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there were. And I get it. 4 Eli's for Pete's sake. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one until they met. My brother, my uncle, my cousin. So she has a brother, an uncle, and a cousin all named Eli. A brother. Already got him there so far. An uncle, which I believe Elias Jr. is either here or here. And what did she say? A cousin, so would Miracle be Elias? Would Eli be Miracle's son? Or Eli just... I don't know. We'll figure it out. We figured it all out. That's why they became Uncle Jr. or Miracle's Eli or Eli C. Uncle Jr. So Uncle Jr. is Eli Jr. Miracle's Eli or Eli C. So Miracle's Eli, we were right, is Eli M. And then we have Elias C, I'm assuming, as her brother because her last name is Clancy. Well, her what was her, I forget what her grandmother's name would have been. It's not Sam. I don't know. Maybe Tessa. I don't know. We'll figure that out soon. Okay, so our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and grandma, Gwyneth's father, were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from. One thing that's always been consistent. Yep. When the juniors are born on the thing. So we know Eli Jr. is the firstborn son, Miracle Jr. is the firstborn son, and Clancy is the firstborn son. But we pretty much established that Lauren belongs here factually. And unless she had any sisters, we could assume that Clancy's next. We are uncertain, perhaps, the exact thing that where Elias Jr. would go, but I think we assume that Elias Jr. goes here because of the two offspring he had and like what else went on with that. But I'm gonna keep going. I think we are on the right track to finding some stuff. With the women, however, goes all out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Carolyn, who was Elias's mother. Which Elias? Not her Elias. Not Elias Jr. So... Wait, hold on, let's go back. Gwendolyn got her name from a combination of Gwyneth and Campbell. Gwendolyn, where the frick would Gwendolyn go? Because we know the two kids. Is in. Morden. Gwendolyn Morden. So that means that she would probably go under here from the Morden last name. Okay. Okay. Women's names are all mixed up, and as the generations went on, I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of junior. So if you're reading my diary and you're confused, you're not alone. Even the government have problems. I remember receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. And then we got that here. Yeah. Edward Clancy Roottrees. Or no, Clancy Edward Roottrees. Alright, last one of this journal at least. Oh, this one doesn't have any clues on it, but let's just read it just in case. It's the first thing that she ever wrote. She knows it could be it was for a school assignment about anger. She believes it's based on the teacher's name. She must have been in 3rd grade. She doesn't remember exactly the events that's spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl I didn't like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her. Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, "Your pop is my dad." She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, "Don't worry, I'm glad she's gone." Did she low-key meet Samantha? And then also, if she said that's her dad, then that confuses me in general. But that also could not be true, or that could just be like a dream or something. I wanted to take a peek at this. Okay, so they are maybe sort of kind of crossing out the people that we have here so far. What else did I wanted to look at real quick? I wanted to touch base on the photo. Now that we know a few more people and what they look like, we could at least see bare minimum if we can attach some photos to names. So let's try to do that. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and all three of us were about the same age. Mr. Morden. Mr. Morden has a photo, but why can we put the Mr. Morden in the photo? They pose us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden. Aunt Gwendolyn. Morden, Gwendolyn. Morden, Gwendolyn. Right, but like, is Gwendolyn... Like, would this all be here? But I thought Angie or Angelica, or the only person with A-N-G as the name, was a sibling to Zach. Okay, let's go back to this one and see if there's anything we can get from here. We know that this is the generation. We know that this is Lauren. We know that this is Clancy. And then this is either Edward or Elias. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. She wanted Eli to stand to the left because he looked like Pop. So Elias... This is Elias, I think. And then that would mean, perhaps, we don't know, but the youngest one in the photo is this guy, the youngest one of the four bunched up right here. So we can only assume that because he's short, he does not have any facial hair, and this guy was in the older photo, and there was a younger guy in the older photo, that they were in the younger photo, but, right, this person belongs all the way on the right in general out of the four, because the youngest goes on the right, and we can only assume, right, unless he has some disability, we can just assume, hopefully, that is the case. So they also mentioned that Eli looked like Pop. So that just made me change Elias' name to here. And what did we have Elias doing? I forget. But yes, I think this is actually real. I think we might be onto something, at least with the photos. Yes. We shall keep going. Who else is in this photo? I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the four of us standing together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen, so we know Gwen is not here. Grandma insisted if we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also don't think it was fair that Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece, but I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. So, this is Sam, I assume, right? Samantha is the only person that they said Sam is. So, we gotta figure out where Sam will go. And this guy is Miracle, so he's a 5-piece. We could just go ahead and slap his picture onto his face. He's got the funky glasses. Okay, so he's 5, one of the 5. And then we could only assume that this is Samantha or this is Samantha. I forget what color hair they said. But if we're kind of going off the base of their age, I will say, if I had to guess, I will say that this girl looks closer to age than this girl looks closer to these people age. These people look maybe from like 18 to like 25, 26 maybe. Like this guy may be looking 25 on the older side of him. But we already know she's the oldest. But I mean, it doesn't, facial hair, that they don't always mean anything because, the younger sister. But we do know that he is the firstborn son, second-born son, third-born son, I can only assume. Okay, so, another thing, knowing that this is Miracle, I am also curious, since Miracle was in it. Is this Miracle then? I assume? The little kid? Because Mr. Mortem, this is Pop. Mr. Mortem. I assume I can only assume that this is this guy, right? Can we assume that to roughly be right? It kind of looks like him as a kid, kind of. I wonder if they, I wonder how they did this. It's actually kind of cool. All right. Let's reassess. So we don't have something right about Carl Roottrees, Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees, Jim, and Miracle. So we know Miracle Jr., we just don't have the photo of Miracle Jr. We know Jim, we just don't have the photo of Jim. I think we do, if I wanted to be honest, I do think that we have things in the right place. I think as far as these 3 stars, I think we have all of these photos correct. Because they mentioned that Miracle is one of the uncles. And so we know, by knowing that Miracle is one of the uncles, I assume the little boy could be Miracle Jr. This little boy? No, that's Miracle Jr., right? That's the smallest of the miracles, right? I don't know. I think I got that wrong. So how do we don't know. We don't know. But we can only assume that this is Miracle, or we could change this Miracle to the young kid if we wanted to be very, careful. But I think either the woman in the front or back is Samantha. And another reason I think that we got this stuff, or at least like the pictures and maybe this one name in the right place, is being that we have stars next to the people we're supposed to sell. I mean, we're supposed to get right. So we know for a fact that Carl is this guy. We know for a fact that Carl's children's are Carly, Raina, and Riley. We roughly kind of know for a fact that Jim or James is Elias's son, right? We know that Elias and Clark kind of got raised up like brothers, and we could only assume, right, that this guy right here, Eli, who she refers to, is a little older than this guy, Edward. That we assume is Edward, which I kind of think so. She also said her brothers took up educational roles or something like that, knowledge-seeking jobs, or something along the lines like that. Pursue paths of knowledge. I mean, well, somebody's a professor. Somebody else could be a principal. I don't exactly know that though. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we know this. We got this list. Are these like the people of the family? Oh, these are the full list of people in general. Oh, we got some name named Cassell. C-O. Yeah. Sarah Cassell. So this could be Lauren's family. If her mother... Let's go back. The beginning of this one. Oh yeah, let's just go a little slower. We could just assume that her mother's name is Sarah Cassell, because that was just delivered to us. So I honestly, truly do think that is correct. We got to figure out what her dad did and what her brothers did. Now, we could just slap Professor on all of them and hope that we get one of these right. But I also truly do think we need something else right that would help. And I don't know if that would... I mean... paths of knowledge, would that be like literally just either students, professors, secretary, principals? I don't know. Like, what if you project? I don't mean you don't teach it, right? I guess it's not. I thought about lawyers. I said I got lawyers on there too. Pop is a lawyer. Look at that. I just walked myself into that answer. Look at that. Love that. 6 out of 50. No, 9. 9 out of 50. I knew I had at least some of the stuff right. It's just about figuring out exactly where it goes. I love this. Amazing. Perfect. Perfection. Okay, now I think we get another cutscene because we got 6 more right. So I think maybe the lady is going to come back and give me some more information, maybe some more evidence. But yeah, booyah. We got to knock on the door.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Oops.
But I
Wish you
unearthed
could
a
use the space
photo
bar.
from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Oh, wow. Look at that. We getting a lot more people.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
The funny part is, we didn't even get Miracle Jr. right. We don't have a picture of Miracle Jr. Unless we... Did we put that little boy up there and get that right? I forgot. Is it the summary? We'll see what we just got right. Right now. No, we did not get the little boy right. So, I did the objective because they said get 3 more family blood members. But we still did not exactly get Miracle because we don't have Miracle's occupation. But we got something wrong about Carl. So, Carl is not the president. Is Carl just a regular old CEO then? Because to me, if Carl was the president, then we would have been got Carl right. We would have been got Carl right. That's the same kind of theory that we used in Obra Dinn. Because it's like, if we had somebody's name the same as the whole time almost, then they weren't doing exactly what they, what we thought. Also, didn't he do clothes? I don't think that would make him a tailor necessarily or anything like that, but not an interior designer. Fashion designer? I don't know what that would make him. Okay, but we got some more evidence to look at. And I'm just curious. This says 1. Wow. The numbers are, in fact, going down. Okay, that also is something that is helpful to me. So let's go ahead and collect some pictures. Let's see. This photo was attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. The free spirits. Written on the back of the photo is, we couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. So, Gwen and the boys. Gwen and the boys. We don't know which boy is which, but we could at bare minimum, put the pictures in there. Hello, am I a Roottrees? You might just be. You might just be a Roottrees. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Okay, let's see. This photo was tucked inside of an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, to Carl and Brenda. I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. Carl and Brenda. Yep, okay. Suspicions confirmed. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job could be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you like to pay your respects, although it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you 3 did together, as well as how Carl carried on for him after taking over. Huh. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family legacy. Immense amount of pride for the work you 3 did together, as well as how Carl carried on for him after taking over. Oh, and we don't really have who... We don't exactly have who this... No, okay, wait. Who's Ernie? Where would Ernie go? Huh. We're going to keep reading. I don't want to just assume just off the bat, because I think that kind of messed me up last time. I kind of want to maybe get the context. And I don't see a number for clues, but I think all of this is important, to be honest. As for myself, it's impossible to express my gratitude, even for rescuing us from the panic of burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Huh. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. You could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. Huh. Okay. We're getting introduced new people, and it's not making sense, but, you know, not everything will make sense. Looks like there's just less stuff to go on with this. Ah, ha. I think we found that, somebody that we were mentioned perhaps in another photo. This was buried underneath a ton of mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It was a flyer about a candidate for a local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least. In her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. Handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye, but when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity and your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. Morton? No. CM. So Carl very much still could be. Carl could be somebody. Basically, the person that we're looking at could be somebody on this list. I don't think that they're on. I don't think they're not the first five or the five pieces, and they're not the other thing. They're probably the free generation to me. Okay. Was there anything else? We got the Stephanie Jones 11 clues tied to this. What the absolute frick? So this is important. They did say basically my brothers all seen the pursuit managers. The most rebellious thing any of us did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. So she didn't mention she had a sister, right? M could be Morton. Okay, that could be, like, let's say this is Roottrees. If that is, no, that's CM. Huh. Okay. Keep going. Okay, so we got this. I want to look at this, and then we'll look at that big picture full of everybody. Oh, this is literally just like the update. Okay, let's look at this big-ass photo. Holy moly, look at all these people. Say cheese. Beautiful. Let's just take a glance of this beautiful family. So these are Eli. Huh. I was just about to say that these look like Gwen's sons because they were both blonde. Look at everybody else brown hair family but Gwen. Okay, let's read the description. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. So this is Carl. You could tell this is Carl. He looked the same. Look at this man. Is that not the same guy? Is that not him? Just with, I guess, less of a chin now, you know? Okay, so this is Carl in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. So... I mean, it ain't much that's really damaged. It's like the outside of the photos. On the back of the photo, in childish print, writing says November. There's also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carolyn, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottrees, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Holy moly, how do they want me to distinguish this? I wish I could X stuff out. I shouldn't took this picture of Carl. So we know this is Carl. I assume that you're right. This is just Eli. We don't know which Eli this is though. But granted, he very well could be the Eli, Lauren's sister Eli. Who else do we know? Gwyneth M. and Gwendolyn. Clark, Carl. Huh. Oh, Lee. Hear my bones cracking and all that. That's crazy. What's up, Shippy? How are you? Hope your day's going well and hope work goes easy for you, friend. Okay, so now what? Maybe I could look up Carl real quick and see. What is his occupation? Would he not be a CEO? You get in a recent plane crash, he was the president of the Roottrees. Okay, so we can go ahead and change that back to president number 3. And then the 4th president, I assume... Imagine there was a 3rd and 4th president in this row. We know who the 2nd president is. But the fact that there's 5 presidents is giving that the next president will be here like 4 and then 5. Or perhaps there are 2 presidents at both times. You know, like one stepped down or they one gave it to the other. I want to get this. So Carl is the teenager in the middle. So we could assume that most of these people are roughly Carl's age. No. Older. Maybe older in the back right here and older. But he's younger, right? She kind of looks similar to Carl's age, perhaps. We still don't know who Ernie Jr. is, but because we know a little something about juniors, we could only assume now I'm probably, talking on my butt, right? But we could assume that this is Ernie. Ernie is Ernest. That makes sense. It's kind of like abbreviation for the name. Why do I kind of feel like I'm stuck? I'm relaxed. Gwyneth M and Gwyneth. So mom's name is Gwyneth. So somebody's name close by is Gwyneth M. I just want one more thing. I feel like we also, real quick, before we start like Googling stuff, I do still think we got some stuff right. I am quite certain about these photos. Am I not concerned? I'm not really certain about these, perhaps. We got a lot more photos. Holy moly. And then this guy is, what's his initials? CM? I don't know. I don't know what to do next. I got a whole bunch of names that I can Google. I feel like I just need a little bit more. I probably at this point need more evidence other than photos. Because, like, we know that these are Gwyneth's boys, right? Gwen, not Gwyneth, sorry. But we know Gwen's boys. I'm gonna just start searching a few things. I'm just definitely curious, you know, what we can find by searching some of the last couple things we found. So, I don't know if this will actually come up with something, but I actually am curious. Next president, Guy Hudson. Okay, so let's search Guy Hudson. Okay. Fancy Flavors was an addition by a 5-piece product line for less than a year in 1979. It was Guy Hudson's first and historically most cited move as president of Roottrees. In an attempt to cater more towards what he thought an average person wanted, Guy looked at his own wealth, which was often a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that if they added fancy flavors to the 5 pieces, anyone would live like the wealthy. That does not make any sense, but okay. This philosophy led to a flavor in 5 pieces that was meant to mimic caviar. The 5 pieces sold less that year than it had every other year, except in some foreign markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would soon go back to normal as possible. Is that all we got about Guy Hudson? We know Guy Hudson is a president of the Roottrees, so that is something that we should copy, right? Okay, now let's go back. Let's look up another name. Is there any here? Let's search 5 pieces. Yep, we've seen these. The history of sweet candy. Ah, we need this. We need this. Okay, so pull this back up. Go back to spider search. Eli M. Yeah, we went to this before. A televangelist who was part of Miracle Network. So Miracle is somebody that's on TV. That's probably not right. I don't think he's an actor. It's a I mean, I didn't. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed. Now, did we search this? No. He was subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife Edith's sister in disguise. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a checker past herself, but does not clarify. He has since lost his television show and instead goes on tour across the southern United States where he was well known before the scandal. So he's not an actor anymore. He is a traveler, driver. No, what's up, sugar? How are you? He is not a hairdresser. He goes on tour. Is he a media mogul? It's like like a streamer. I don't think he will be a travel agent. Or maybe he's a public speaker. I don't know. I kind of want to leave that media mogul there because he essentially was a TV star but he got exposed and canceled, you know, as they used to call, you know, in back in the day, they used to call, you know, cancel, expose. No, joking. I know I'm pretty good though. I'm doing pretty good. I'm chilling, trying to solve some stuff. We actually got quite a few things solved. But now I'm trying to dig into some of the stuff I had already, because I feel like some of the answers are probably still in front of my face again. Okay, so he lost his television show and went on a tour across the southern United States, where he was not well known before the scandal. Going on tour doesn't exactly say is what goes on. Oh, you know what else we could do? We got a list here. Where's Bonnie on this list? Bonnie Hudson. So that's Bonnie's last name. So Bonnie is the president's wife. Who names their son Guy, though? I mean, like Guy, G-U-Y. That's probably in another language some important word, or, you know, some cool stuff. But it's like, hey, Guy. Like, you know, like, or hey, guys, like, do... So you said some guy to... You're funny. Like, imagine, like, you're like, hey, guys, and then... Or, like, you know, that person must literally be like, every time somebody's like, hey, guys... I don't know. Let's see. Why do we not have anything else about Guy Hudson? Who wants to buy candy made out that tastes like caviar? I heard caviar is just tastes like not butt, but don't taste good. Like it's like fish eggs. It's not like, I don't know, something with MSG is literally just exactly what it is. So we know Guy Hudson. Also, no. Because if Carl was a teenager in this photo, that means his daughters weren't alive at the moment, probably. Unless he had them very young, which... Okay. So we looked up Bonnie, Hudson, Ernie Jr. So I'm also curious, since Bonnie and Hudson were next to each other, and this may be a reach, like, are people just related that are next to each other? But at the same time, Miracle and Jim... So Miracle Jr. is in this. You know what that means? Miracle Jr. So no, this is just Miracle. And I assumed that this is Miracle, right? Miracle. I mean, then we got this as Miracle as he got older. But, I mean, maybe we'll get it. Who knows? Will we get it right? Well, we don't have an occupation, so whatever. But I assume that this is Miracle because they said the youngest is on the end, right? So that also would make sense why in this photo that he was younger. So being that he was in this picture and he looked like that little blonde kid with an eye patch, right? It's only natural to make the semi-assumption that this guy could very well be that same Miracle. And then this little boy right here could be Miracle Jr. Who am I to say that's not his son? He's also a blonde-haired boy, which this guy kind of has, like, kind of brownish hair. You know, everybody over here has brownish. I guess he has some, you know, they got some dirty blonde kind of hair. But I feel like his hair texture is very similar to his. And also, you know, it's got to be a dad, uncle, family figure, something. But it also could very well be his son. Right. So we going back to putting that there. But also, who would that make him in this photo? Is this him? With the same tie? Did he get his tie from his dad? He got his tie from his dad. Where's the guy with the tie? Is this him? Yeah. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, they got the same tie. They passed this tie. Is they W hand-me-down. Right, W. Right? It's a funky looking tie. Interesting. Okay, that helped us out. So who else is in here? Clark is in here. And because... Oh, no. So Clark is probably brown-haired because Lauren's brown-haired. So there's no way of telling who Clark exactly could be. You know what we can do? I think this guy could be Clark. Because, right, Clark is Carl's cousin. So, by that same theory, they're closer in age. Because this guy's a teenager, there's a very low chance that his cousin already has a mustache already. So, these guys also looking maybe in their 20s when this guy's clearly like maybe like a 15, 16-year-old. And we know we're looking for a guy, a brown-haired guy. I think we can assume that this guy's Clark. I think I might lock him in, his picture in at least. Why did I just look at the picture and forget what he looked like already? There. Yeah. So it's a bit. That's actually a cool little title, I'm not gonna lie. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay. Family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their name. At Rafferty LaRoe. He dated Jane after Jim? Hold on. Who was his secondary? Hold on. When I tell you Clark, you need to keep his willy in his pants, okay? I swear. What was that I read? Clark got him married again. Eli C. stepped up and helped. I suspect that he's marrying Jane. So would that mean that I have Jane in the wrong place? And that even though Jane was in the band with James, or Jim, his stage name, that doesn't mean anything. Because this is also, if I'm not mistaken, this is Jane, right? Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRoe. Diamond? Oh. Wait, what? Did they found a pair of twins or a pair of sisters to date? What? Slightly confused. But her son is mentioned with Jane, so we can only assume. And then we could also assume the names. Now we're obviously gonna have to change some of this up based on other stuff. I'm curious who he married in between, or who he tried to marry in between then. But that is very, and I mean very interesting. Did they actually date? According to Liner, satires as... Oh yeah, this is talking about how basically the music was very satire, and it was supposed to point out some political stuff, but everybody just danced to the song, if that makes sense, and so they didn't really care that much. It's created to Peter Genowicz. Interesting name. Music and lyrics by Jim and Roottrees. And there was something that we were reading about it. Why? Have you tried playing the song? I actually have. I didn't listen to it though, for real. I probably should, huh? With the lyrics. You know what I just realized? We know who Miracle Jr. was the whole time. So that means this kid right here is Miracle the Third. Yes, with the same tie. And his wife, who did they say the wife was? Nicole. I don't know. Shit, it's two Nicoles. Okay, interesting. There was something else. I wonder if any like creator, like, you know, it's funny. I wonder if any creator like used this for like karaoke. Because I was saying last stream, that I really could. They gave me everything I needed to do karaoke right now. Y'all are lucky. No, I'm just, ain't that right? We can't afford gas. Gas is actually expensive right now. Did they make this song for the game, or is this a previous song though? For real, it actually sounds like a really good song. Inflation is rising, but so is our pride. Pick our own fate. Make love, not hate. They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate. Low key, what if he was talking shit about? Well, I mean, politics, I don't know. But I thought it was interesting that they named him president of the company opposed to, like, CEO of the company, right? Ain't that interesting? But, you know, something else got me thinking that could, you know, what if they were talking mess about the family? So let's go ahead and look back up, James Roottrees. His wife, Diamond LaRose. So we did have the last name wrong. So what? What if... Okay, right? Crazy, right? What if... Because... Look how low this is. What if he was marrying somebody... much younger than him? What if he was marrying somebody in this generation? Like, does that make sense? Like, look how low it is. And also, being that this person has the same last name, are they being, is this some weird activity going on? Or am I, you know, I don't know. But you can see it's the same last name, so are they just related? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are they just like I said earlier, did they find a pair of sisters to, you know, they grew up like brothers, so did they find a pair of sisters to marry? Or is this just like a coincidence? Because this actually was his wife. Now, I believe they separated, or the band separated, bare minimum. Let's see. Diamond's considered to be the lead singer. Band had another hit, but they refer to themselves as Diamond Dazzlers. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Okay, so it doesn't say that they separate. Let's go ahead and search his wife's name. There's nothing else about her. Huh. Uh-oh. Huh. So, looking back at this, witness the power of the Lord, my boy Miracle is a preacher. And is this this Miracle? Miracle Jr. is a preacher. Funny enough, we called him a media mogul. But that's so interesting. He did acting to turn into a preacher. Very intriguing. Witness the Power of the Lord, Summer 96, 3 Generations of Miracles Tour. Featuring testimony from world famous miracle. So one of these people in a special appearance from Miracle Roottrees. So would that be that this is this guy's tour? This is his tour, right? They said a special appearance, so I'm assuming that Miracle Jr. is actually should we read it? Witness the Power of the Lord in the Summer 96. Is this not given like a thing? He said, did he do acting? Did he do acting? Huh. Children now welcome. LMAO, children was not welcome before. Testimony from work. No, he said he got canceled. What we just read? He tried to heal somebody in the wheelchair. Would that be here? One of these pages. And then we were talking about Eli Clark. I don't know what we was just reading. Miracle Jr. probably. Probably just like the website, I imagine. Yep. We were just here. So he claimed that he could heal somebody in a wheelchair, right? So wait. Yeah, preacher? Right? Let me go back. Televangelist. I mean, I don't exactly. I'm gonna be real. What that mean? What that mean? What I'm thinking that means is that he's just on TV, essentially acting like he could help people. And then Clerky Watch, we already know what that is. Actually, did that pop up anything? No, same page. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a checker past herself. Edith. His wife's Edith's sister. I mean, I don't think that is anything itself. I almost wish the websites had the number of stuff too. His wife's Edith's sister. Yeah, I don't necessarily think. So what did the dad do? In his 68th year of God's earth, children are welcome. Okay. Miracle, who is said to be the world famous and gets the top billing. Miracle Jr. is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. He will be marked on the chart with a star. Miracle Roottrees. Miracle Third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be the youth pastors. So is it they passed down the family business? I'm just throwing shit there. I don't know what his stuff too, but if his wife, this guy and his wife Nicole are junior pastors, then What's the hammer do? It just it breaks the glass. I mean, it's just something to do. Yes, I'm not gonna click that just in case it was like a spoiler, but yes. So we were right. They passed down the family job. Interesting. I guess he said, yeah, I got tons of money. Like, my family is in tons of money, and I want to be a preacher. Maybe he made money off of it, I guess. But that means we got something wrong about Carl. You know what we got wrong about Carl? He's the 4th president. Didn't we read somewhere that Ernie took a little stint as the president of the company? So what that mean, right? If he took a stint, a little, a little time of being the president, then he is, because I will make Carl the fourth president, right? I'm done. I'm not touching Carl no more. I can hope that change did me right? Okay. What number was on here before? I wish I paid attention to that type of stuff, or I wish it did a thing. Yes. Okay. Now what? Now what, guys? Okay, so I did that. And I essentially got these three right. So now we got to figure out what Elias M looks like. So now we can keep going. Okay, so who else is in this picture? Eli M is in this picture. And we already know that... oh! We see him right here. He's right here. He's literally in front of our faces. Who else will be blonde but bro's brother? He's also another blonde guy. And he looks like a mechanic, realistically. Yeah. Now, what is he gonna be, a tinkerer? But no, it's kind of like you know, like when people got the little thing and you could throw rocks at the streamer. It's kind of like, if you want to help me, you want to beat up what I'm doing normally, like if I'm playing like shooters, people like to, they like to put the hammer on the people I'm fighting. Give me a little extra spiritual power in the gun power department. There's a lot of people in this photo, but I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, perhaps. 4, perhaps. We don't know yet, but also we don't know Clark's position, so we wouldn't know if we got Clark right anyways, regardless. Okay. Huh, did that move? Interesting. I swore that was right there. So maybe it moved out the way when I solved it, perhaps? I want to go back and search Gwen. What's her last name? Gwen Roottrees. Oh, she's an OG. I forgot. Well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. Did we get her role right as an actor? Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We don't really care about this. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name. Her mother's famous name. Oh, but I got that right. Weird. So that means I got her wrong? So she's not a farmer. We got her name right. We know her name's Gwyneth. Interesting. I've been doing this whole thing and I don't even have the secondary person right. We also could put Elias in here, right? We got another picture of Eli in here. Is this him? I can't confirm, to be honest, but I do think that is him, realistically. I think that is him from a younger photo, or a younger interview when he was, we could also look it up. What was it, the watch thing? Watch, the guy on the watch, the guy, you know what I'm saying? The person who is being celebrated for being a good businessman. Watchman of the Year. And then we got this business watch. Where did we find that other picture, that younger picture that I was looking at? Yep, you were right. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. So... I think we were right. Elias Roottrees Jr. So what was his daughter's name? His daughter's name was, to me, I think his daughter's name was Gwyneth. Truthfully, yeah. Or not Gwyneth, Gwendolyn, right? Where do we have Gwendolyn? We didn't remove anybody's name, did we? Gwen's name is solid. I think this is right, though. Gwendolyn Roottrees, because they said, they say, that's what they were saying. They said the women's name are a combination, right? And then the men's name were juniors. I mean, not the men's name. The first born son is the junior. So what that also means, oh, there's no Elias the third. Kellogg David the third, huh? Okay, interesting. Okay, but we know his daughter was the firstborn. Okay. With the help of his son Elias Roottrees Jr. Architecture firm. So he's an architect. Perfect. Am I not, like, kind of cooking right now? Elias is gonna pivot. Yeah, we gotta search this Clint's Trust thing. Due to his unique blah 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 blah. Okay, so we what we do know is that each blood relative at birth basically is accessible to some of the money, and when they get 18, they can touch that money, if that makes sense, from the company, because the company is big, and I guess he wanted to keep it within the family. And basically, they're trying to make this Clint's Trust as a way for it to be almost impossible to identify, you know, what's going on. Yep. There's been a few situations where family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. Only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR. I need this. This is important. I think without a doubt this is important. 5-piece guarantee. That's also important. Okay, let's search Roottrees versus RR. You find very few details about this particular incident. Gosh. A student attended the lecture about it, wrote the following on Legal Oddities website. From what you could tell, RR attempted to unsuccessfully remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock. Second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. What? We've read this before, I believe, but now that we know a little bit more about the story, what crime did they commit? Like, you know, they didn't talk about any other story. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clint's Trust, it's impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottrees without completely dissolving the trust. There's no additional information online. Okay, so now I want to go down and look up 5-piece guarantee. That is also something that we looked up before, but I don't exactly remember what we found or did not highlight something there. 5-piece guarantee in combination with the Clint's Trust was Elias Roottrees' attempts to ensure the Roottrees Candy Company remained a family business for eternity. In isolation, it is somewhat baffling. A yearly salary of Roottrees' president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, it was 25 cents a year. Now it's of course at $4 a year. Huh? Okay, so the more they sell the single pack of 5 pieces, the more they get per year, I guess? Combined with the clan's trust, however, makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president. Oh, so maybe the 5-piece guarantee is that you will get depending on how much they sell, you will get a single pack worth. If you are related to them, I don't know if it's every year you're related, you get the money from a single pack worth, and versus the clan's trust, maybe making it so that you get more of that money. We need to find this exact document. I feel like some point they might even show us this exact document that they're talking about. He knew that only their passive income was tied to the profits of the company. So they will have vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether this is smart or whether this is smart or not, people debated it. Okay. So now we got to find out what Gwendolyn looked like and what Elias Jr. looked like, because we have most of the kids. We don't know who Gwen's dad or her mother is. There's so much thought going into this. It really is. Like, I wonder what's the point? What's the point? Like, are we trying to figure out who owns the company now? Or we just trying to solve the root tree to figure out everybody who should get a piece of the money? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, what is the outcome of this? If that makes sense. Okay. Now, I guess I'll go back to here. I mean, I'm kind of curious. Gwendolyn is in this photo. Gwyneth M. and Gwendolyn is in this photo. I assume that Gwendolyn is here. I realistically don't know who took this photo. And then also the other part I'm worried. I'm not worried about it. But another part I'm curious about is, who are we talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who is this woman? And, like, you know what I mean? Who is this woman giving me this stuff? Is she in the family tree too? Will she be like the last person we figure out? I wish I knew some of these people's last name. But we also can cross-reference the list versus our notes. Right? Okay, so we know that Bonnie last name was Hudson. Eli Jr. last name, let's see, Elias Jr. Let's look up Elias Jr. Why not? Oh, we could look up Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. is a former president of the Roottrees Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl Roottrees. And so he came before, yeah? Yeah. So we are right by changing Carl to the 4th president, because he was not the 3rd president. Apparently he was very successful as a president, but not so much as a public figure. He was rarely seen in the public and stepped out due to illness in 1996. He has since passed away. And do we actually have anybody? Okay, so Ernest. Oh, oops. And then we know Ernest Jr. is here. We don't know what Ernest Jr. had, but we know this Ernest. Okay. I want to go back to that photo. Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. And we don't know what Ernest looks like. Let's see, who's in here? We still gotta figure out who Sam is. Oh, you could just zoom in? Wow, that's crazy. We know a little shortcut. Oh, you know what? That's a crazy part. Campaign mailer. We got so much that we can get from here. Let's look up Stephanie Jones. Why not? I know it's kind of distracting, but why not? Stephanie Jones, a candidate for city council, won her campaign election day about a month ago. You found no mention of Roottrees in any articles about her. Stephanie's also very bare bones website for her campaign. It's simply a picture of her campaign mailer. But underneath it says, be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times. No. Why do they always... And then who do we just Google? Butler County Times... And then Stephanie Jones. Nice. Most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report detailing election results from last month's election. Stephanie apparently won her election. You also find the full version of the newspaper clipping on the back of the campaign mailer. While most of it is unimportant, you do the following. Ooh, I should charge my phone. Damn, you got the? Can I see that charger, B?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Alright. You find a full. While most of it's important, you do find the following: Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon, until her marriage to her local business owner Brian Jones, has lived in Butler County her whole life. I think that's important. Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. With my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entire female influence. Okay, so we have somebody in here that is dating two women who have two women as parents. Though she is a distant cousin of the Roottrees, her mother Carolyn, a local artist who has appeared on the page of Butler County Times in the past. This is interesting. Has also often come to oppose the corporation's policy regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their multiple farms. Unlike my mother, I'm not a fighter. I want to bring love to the world. Cute. Did we not get anything? I thought we just got something from that. And then lastly, Caroline. Oh, so let's go back. So Caroline Landon. Okay, let's look up her boyfriend, husband, Brian Jones. Brian Jones is a famous athlete who broke a pole vaulting record in 1954. He doesn't seem to be related to the Roottrees. If you're looking for a different Brian Jones, you need to search a more local resource. Okay, so I guess we just search in here. There are many advertisements over the years, as well as a small article about the Jones graphic and print The article is a piece about Brian Jones taking over his father's print company after 20 years. Brian seems to not have let it go to waste as a marketing opportunity during the interview portion. I've been in and out of that shop my whole life. My father taught me everything there is to know when it comes to getting the job done right and getting it done quick. We've been printing a staple of Butler County for years, and even the Butler County Times uses us for their coupon pages a few times a year. Thanks, by the way. But still, whether you're a new client or one of our regulars, nothing will change. Come down for the best prices on bulk printing anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania. Or search us online. I designed the website myself. Let's see. Jones Graphic and Print. Oh, an article. Okay. Let's search it. And then we'll go back. Jones Graphic and Print is a company that, according to the website, has existed in Butler County for some time. The website seems fancy and it even has frames. The website lists address hours, and a few examples of clients and the work that has been done for each. Stephanie Jones campaign mailers, Roottrees Candy Company various banners, posters, Butler County holiday light banners, Miracle Network tour flyers, Roottrees Motors coupon flyers, Butler County School District various flyers and posters. Children of Eden. Thank you. Children of Eden is a musical with songs by Stephen Schwartz. A game designer by the name of Jeremy Johnson really likes it. Realized it could kind of fit the timeline wise with the game he is making and decided to use it instead of something fake. It's kind of like an Easter egg. You don't need to check it out, but if you do, I like the song Hardest Part of Love and Lost in the Wilderness. Also, if you haven't already, you should hit the back button to go to Jones Graphic and Print instead of searching for Children of Eden. You should probably search for whoever was performing it. Okay. Let's highlight this. And then I guess let's go back. All right, we got another little piece of information. Butler Summer Theater performed plays and musical during the summer. Makes sense. As it is not summer currently, their website has a thank you message. Thank you for making our 1998 season a success. Stay tuned for announcements about performances in 1999. The website lists the credits of a musical, which seemed to be the final show they performed last season. There's a cast list, but none of the names seem relevant. Below the cast are a list of the crew, and two things stand out. Posters and additional set design elements by Jones Graphic and Print. Choreography by November Studios. We'll get this whole thing, and then we'll look up this November Studios. Please. There we go. A local dance studio. They advertise lessons for ballet and jazz. There's hardly enough any other information. Okay. Interesting that the Children of Eden said hit back button to go to Jones and Graphic, and it says searching for Children of Eden. Search for whoever was performing Children of Eden. Intriguing. I'm not sure if we got anything of use, to be honest. Let's see what we highlighted the last couple times. We haven't searched everything. Wow. So we read this before, but yeah, this also is right. So I think we do that. That makes sense to why we had Miracle right, because he's younger than his siblings by 14 years. Okay, let's go back. That's not exactly what we came here to look for. Oh, shoot. Okay, we go back down. And then this is what we were searching. I'm curious what this is. Roottrees Motors. You've hit it. You don't find trace of them on the internet. Okay. Ah, ha ha ha. So go back. Nothing relevant. Be sure to have the correct magazine or newspaper. I thought this was right if it's local. Let's look up Roottrees Motors. There's an ad for Roottrees Motors in the paper. It seems that Roottrees Motors used to be called Wilkins Motors. An ad for Roottrees Motors has been run every week in the Butler County towns for many years, but recently it's been changed to include pictures. 3 different unique versions of the ad have been added to your evidence. Okay, let's look at the evidence we got. We got 3 different things, 3 different versions of this ad. So here's the ad from 1974 to 1977. Advertises the former name of the Roottrees Motors was Wilkins Motors. Wilkins Motors is still the same family business, but has joined the Roottrees family. We may have a new name, but we promise you're still the same family business, and that's different. We've joined a sweeter family. Funny noises need new oil. Interesting. Imagine you could copy this and search. Okay. Roottrees Motors ad from 1977 to 1995. Roottrees Motors are the local family mechanic. Roottrees Motors ad that is presently running. It first appeared in 1996. Thanks, friend. Shippy. It says that Roottrees Motors have been around for 50 years, is a family business, and also that Tessa Roottrees, their newest fixer, which we got a picture of her now, has learned all there is to know about cars from her Roottrees Motors parents. Interesting. Okay. Honestly, I think we did a really good job. I'm gonna end here because I gotta go to work in a little bit, but it's been cool. It's been cool to, be back and play a little bit more of this game. I'm actually surprised that we got what we got right so far. We got 12 out of 18, so that's actually not bad at all. That's better than I thought I would be doing. And yeah, but I'm gonna try to make some time soon. May not be exactly a schedule type of thing, but figuring out times to be more consistent. Then again, if you are missing my streams, I also do upload the VODs to YouTube when I'm finished. So that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm gonna go decompress, get ready for work, change, do all my whatnots, and then I honestly am very much looking forward to this because I feel like I still at this point do feel like we have a lot of things right. Now I think I probably could put like Professor here and maybe do something, but like, let me be real, I would just be trying to, this is kind of like what I did for like Golden Idol. Like I just put something, right? You just put something, right? You put something. You don't know. But they all can't be professors, right? Unless they could. Who knows? All 3 of these MFs were preachers. So, yeah, like I said, I feel roughly confident in some of this. Perhaps maybe these 2 are changed, but I don't know, to be honest. I definitely feel like he's there. He's there. I do. Yes. See you later. I like that. I like that. Have a great day. Stir. That's how. That's my version of pronunciating your name. But yeah. That being said, I will see you guys very, very soon. Hopefully, upload another VOD very soon. Probably, if not tomorrow, Friday, then this weekend. Facts. But yeah, it was nice to hang out with you guys. I appreciate you being here, and I gotta go get ready. And yeah, I forgot I don't have all those fancy screens and whatnot. I'm still, look, I'm working. Standard error or Saint Der. Both are good. Saint Der. Saint Der. Okay, I see STDERR. I like that. You have a great day, okay? Have a good day. I don't have no end screen. I have no extra fancy stuff. I ain't upload all of that yet, but I will. It's been hard to like kind of update stream with a job, and also remember my computer reset. So working on it. But yeah, peace out. Have a good day.